That is the sound of hens laying eggs. Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome to Just a Few Acres Farm. The weather is looking up. We've had a big thaw the last 3 or 4 days, and the weather today is supposed to go up into the 60s with quite a bit of wind. With all this melting going on, I want to go down and check the pipes, the outlet from the winter pasture. Oh yes, it is wet down here. Standing water. Oh. I feel better. There's lots of water in here. This is my retention swale up through here, which should be holding water. It's designed to perk water into the surrounding ground. And coming up into here are the pipes. Oh, they're still covered with snow. My boots aren't the most watertight in the world, so I really don't want to step in the water. They're running, not a lot. In review, this system takes water from the pasture up top there through subsurface drainage, brings it down to here, puts it in this swale which has a very gently sloping bottom on it, and holds the water in the swale and gradually filters it into this low section here. Once the swale is full, as it is now, pipe outlet's up there, it overflows and perks into the ground in this whole big section here. It's like an engineered wetland. That way any water that's coming off of the winter pasture, which probably is contaminated with some manure and sediment, is held on the property instead of being sped off on a ditch to who knows where. I'm treating the water here. The plants that grow in there are treating the water and the microbes in the soil. Now up to look at the winter pasture. Hi, Patty. Howdy, cows. You guys can't go out yet. There's nothing to eat. The grass is all dead right now. You're going to yell at me anyway. All right, I'm coming in to see you. Hi, everyone. We had about 6 inches of snow on the ground, but the thing with the most water in it was the ice. We got a pretty good ice fall about a month ago, and there's where the water was concentrated. That's all melted off in the last 3 or 4 days. Hey, Ginger. Last summer, Hillary and I put in a sub-drainage system in this pasture, which consists of 4 laterals that run this way. The laterals by the barn are actually, they're like French drains, curtain drains, to take the water off the roofs immediately. I've seen a big difference in the winter pasture in this thaw. We've got this kind of, thanks, Orden. We've got this layer of kind of a few inches of gummy stuff, not real muddy, and the ponding that I had is gone, except for a few little areas like this one where the mud isn't real deep, but it's just a little low spot from when I graded it. You guys are too rambunctious. I'm leaving. Even though we ran 4 laterals through the pasture, this is a big game changer here. This stone-filled trench that's at the bottom of the roof runoff from the barn, which prevents water from ever getting into the field. This is about 3 feet deep or so, filled with stone with pipe at the bottom. I think that's been the real game changer. After all, the ground is still frozen underneath. It hasn't been warm enough yet for that to thaw. So most of the drainage has happened here. Heck, when the snow and ice was melting off, there was a river coming down into this and disappearing, and then out the pipes at the bottom. Comes off the old pole barn there. There's a stone trench that curls around there. And then on the new pole barn down here. I gotta clean this up. Stuff the loader dropped when I was cleaning out the barn a few weeks ago. Good enough. Some of it's still frozen. My goal for this winter pasture was never to make it perfectly dry year-round. To do that, I'd have to do what we used to do with baseball fields and football fields in my old job, which is put in finger drains every few feet apart and special topsoil that drains more freely than the clay we have. I just wanted to eliminate the deep mud. You know, last year we had mud like this in here, and it's gone now, so I got what we were after, I guess. Yesterday morning I painted a batch of parts for the Farmall 856. This is batch number 4. I let them dry till tomorrow morning probably. The paint's dry now, it'll harden a little bit more in 24 hours, that's all. This chrome polished up pretty good, considering the expense of having them re-chromed, the other option. You know, actually it's warm enough today. There goes the cat, at least to open the door some. I have a new camera coming that I'm hoping will give me better close-up shots and a better color resolution. And I'm kind of waiting to put this batch number 4, on until that camera arrives in a few days. I think it's going to be cool. That was so exciting, wasn't it? It's pretty dull, I'll have to admit, but it's so gratifying. And there's a lot of things that are really gratifying that aren't worth showing on social media. There is one thing that I really do want to share, and that's that this morning I booked my golf cart and my hotel to go to Rantoul, Illinois to the Half Century of Progress show in August of this year. It's going to be a great time, and I hope that anybody that lives out that way will come see me. I'll try and set up some kind of a meetup or something. We'll see. The show agenda isn't really out yet, so I'm going to keep checking the website and find out what's going on. Chickens! Well, you're getting some grain in there. And 2 eggs. It's breeding season for chickens. She squatted down. That's what they do. They're waiting for a rooster to come along. Spring is fertility season. And it has been busy in here lately. Looks like the hotel's full. Yeah. Bird flu and chick availability. Bird flu gets worse every year, it seems like. Every spring we're worried about what's it going to do to our flock. So far it's done nothing. And there's really not much we can do as far as wild birds contaminating the flock with bird flu. I can't exclude that. You know, there's no way for me to do that. So it is what it is. They'll be going out to pasture here at the end of April or into May. Our egg production is going way up at this time of year. Hillary's getting 5 to 6 dozen a day now, up from 2 to 3 dozen at the low point, and they'll keep going up until the summer solstice, which is their high point. We have about 150 hens right now and 3 or 4 roosters. So Eggs are pretty good business, always have been good business for us. The problem with eggs is always in the winter slow season when we only had one market, back when we were going to 3 or 4 markets a week. We had trouble getting rid of all the eggs in the winter time, and sometimes some of them went to the food pantry, which was a good thing. So now we're down to about 150. We can't keep up with demand. We're charging $6 a dozen for eggs now, and our eggs run large to extra large. They're farm runs, so we mix the sizes and colors together. Eggs at the grocery store when Hillary went yesterday were $7.29 a dozen for mediums, but they had plenty there. I don't know what's going to happen as far as bird flu. Some of the other countries are immunizing their birds against it. Here we're culling to try and limit it. It's just one of those things that comes back every year now that makes business more difficult, I guess. Hasn't affected us so far. Right, Pepperoni? That brings me to general product availability, or what we have now on the farm to sell. Not much. Eggs and ground beef. I think we got 1 brisket left in the freezer and a few top round steaks. Hillary's switched to going to market every other week on Saturdays. And then we may not be at market in April and May because beef won't be going, first beef of the year won't be going until right in mid-June, so that we have it ready for the July 4th weekend. And then poultry, I don't know. It's getting pretty windy. As far as chick availability, there is none as far as I can tell. I think what's happened is some of the meat bird producers that we were getting day-old chicks from have switched entirely to replacement layers, because that's where the money is with the culls that are happening across the country. Day-old layer chicks. And I checked the usual hatcheries for availability and didn't find any for the whole summer. So I'll keep looking. We're not looking to raise as many chicks as we once did, but we'd like to have some fresh chicken to bring to market this summer. Huh. There's a condenser. Circa 1962, I would say. Nah, what's going on out here? Still have the rest of this shop pad clean up, some walnut that was frozen to the ground for months, and some brush. As for the field I plowed last fall, well, it looks very different. Frost does wonders, and general rain action and everything else has made the clumps of grass much, much looser. It'll be time to work this once it dries out. Unfortunately, that might not be for a month or more. You just have to wait till conditions are right to fit the field. Okay. Well, geez, Titus. What are you doing? You got a long tongue. I didn't cover the construction of the new shop because I'm playing a waiting game. I want to see how material prices and availability shake out going through the spring, and I'm not in any hurry. I expect probably, midsummer, late summer. It'll only take them probably a week to put up the shell. I've got plenty to do in my old shop and plenty to do outside. And the thing that I think of most for a good use for the new shop right now is a place to put the 856 that's completely enclosed when I'm done, because I think I'm going to be pretty proud of that tractor. The weather's looking up. It's been a long, cold, gray winter. The worst I can remember for quite a while as far as sunlight and temperature. I've spent most of the winter looking at red paint, which has helped a bit. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.